It started as a revolutionary idea and became the Red Army's iron fist. Today, we track the complete evolution of Soviet armor across every single era. This is the story of Russian tanks. Starting off with World War I and Civil War. Zvezdakhod, Russia's first tank attempt, was literally named all-terrain vehicle. This bizarre tracked machine looked more like a moving shed than a weapon of war. Only one prototype was built before the revolution ended. Its development. Renault FT copy. After capturing French tanks, the Soviets reverse-engineered this revolutionary design, called the Russian Renault. These copies became the foundation for early Soviet armor doctrine during the chaotic Civil War period. Mark V composite. British tanks captured during the intervention were pressed into Red Army service. These lumbering, rhomboid beasts fought for both sides during the Civil War before mechanical breakdowns ended their careers. Whippet medium tanks. Faster British tanks that the Soviets captured and used extensively. Their speed made them valuable for pursuit operations during the mobile Civil War campaigns across the vast Russian steppes, or interwar period. And experimentation on T-18, the first Soviet-designed tank entering mass production. This tiny machine copied French concepts but with Russian simplifications. It served as a training platform and taught the Red Army how to actually build tanks. T-24 medium tank, an ambitious attempt to create a modern medium tank featuring a rotating turret and suspension improvements. Only a handful were built before the design was deemed too complex and expensive. T-27 tankette, essentially a tracked motorcycle with armor. Based on British Carden Loyd designs, thousands were built for reconnaissance. They were cheap, simple, and absolutely useless in actual combat. T-37 amphibious tank, a revolutionary swimming tankette for river crossings. Its ability to ford water made it valuable for reconnaissance, though its paper-thin armor and single machine gun made it vulnerable to everything. T-26 light tank, based on the British Vickers 6-ton. This became the backbone of early Soviet armor, simple, reliable, and produced in massive numbers. It dominated the 1930s before becoming hopelessly obsolete by 1941. BT-2 fast tank, the first Soviet Christie tank, featuring revolutionary suspension. It could run on tracks or wheels, reaching incredible speeds on roads. This mobility-focused design influenced Soviet armor philosophy for decades. BT-5 fast tank, an improved version mounting a 45mm gun in a new turret, faster and better armed than the BT-2. It equipped cavalry mechanized units designed for deep penetration operations. BT-7 fast tank, the ultimate evolution of the BT series, featuring improved armor and a more powerful engine. Its sloped turret anticipated future design trends. Thousands fought desperately in 1941 before being overwhelmed. T-28 medium tank, a multi-turret monster featuring a main turret plus 2 machine gun turrets up front. While intimidating, coordinating 3 turrets proved impossible in combat. It served as a breakthrough tank during the Finnish War. T-35 heavy tank, the ultimate pre-war folly, a land battleship with 5 turrets and 11 crew members. Massive, slow, and mechanically unreliable, most broke down before reaching combat during the 1941 disasters. T-38 amphibious tank, an improved swimming tankette with better ergonomics. Still lightly armed and armored, it served in reconnaissance roles. Most were destroyed in the opening weeks of Barbarossa. T-40 amphibious tank, the final pre-war amphibious design, mounting a 20mm autocannon. Better armed than earlier models, it could still swim but remained inadequate against proper tanks. T-50 light tank, an excellent light tank design featuring good armor and a 45mm gun. Complex and expensive to build, only limited numbers were produced before factories evacuated east. Those built proved effective, but came too late. World War II, the Great Patriotic War, T-34-76 model 1940, the tank that changed everything. Revolutionary sloped armor, wide tracks, and a powerful 76mm gun created a design shock that forced Germany to completely rethink armor. Early models had severe vision and ergonomic problems. T-34-76 model 1941, simplified for mass production during desperate times. Cast turrets replaced welded ones, and countless small changes allowed faster manufacturing. Quality suffered, but quantity kept the Red Army fighting. T-34-76 model 1942, further simplified with a new hexagonal turret. Every unnecessary component was eliminated to speed production. Crude but effective, these poured from evacuated factories in the Urals. T-34-76 model 1943, the final 76mm version featuring a commander's cupola for better vision. This addressed one of the T-34's biggest weaknesses. It remained the standard medium tank until the 85mm gun arrived. T-34, T-35, the ultimate T-34 evolution mounting a massive 85mm gun and a 3-man turret. Finally, Soviet tankers could engage Tigers and Panthers effectively. This became the definitive version, serving for decades worldwide. KV-1 Model 1939. Named after Marshal Voroshilov, this 45-ton monster terrorized German forces in 1941. Its armor was immune to German anti-tank guns. Single KV-1s held up entire divisions at critical choke points. KV-1 Model Tying, an improved version with better transmission and slightly enhanced armor. Still plagued by mechanical unreliability, but its near invulnerability made it invaluable during desperate defensive battles. KV-1 Model 1941, featuring additional armor welded onto the hull and turret. As German guns improved, the KV-1 gained weight, but lost mobility. Reliability worsened as the tank became heavier. KV-1 Model 1 1942, the final version with cast turret and simplified production. By this point, German guns could finally penetrate it, and its poor mobility made it a liability. Better designs were desperately needed. KV-1S, a light and fast version, sacrificing armor for mobility. The transmission finally worked properly, but the armor reduction made it vulnerable. It bridged the gap while better heavy tanks were developed. KV-85, a stopgap mounting the 85mm gun in an enlarged turret on the KV-1S chassis, only produced briefly in 1943 before the IS series entered production. It represented Soviet attempts to improve firepower quickly. KV-2, a siege monster mounting a massive 152mm howitzer in a gigantic box turret, designed to destroy Finnish bunkers. Its towering profile made it vulnerable. When it worked, nothing survived its shells. T-60 light tank, a desperate wartime design built in automobile factories during the 1941 evacuation. Armed only with a 20mm autocannon and featuring thin armor, crews called it a metal coffin. T-70 light tank, an improved version with a 45mm gun and better armor, still cramped with a one-man turret, but better than nothing. Its chassis became the basis for the successful Su-76 assault gun. T-80 light tank, a further improved light tank with better armor and a more powerful engine. Only limited numbers were built before production shifted entirely to medium tanks and assault guns. AVI-11, IS-85, the first Joseph Stalin heavy tank, mounting an 85mm gun. Better armored and more reliable than the KV series, it represented a new generation of Soviet heavy tanks. IS-2, the ultimate Soviet heavy tank, featuring a massive 122mm gun, capable of destroying any German vehicle. At 46 tons, it combined firepower, armor, and acceptable mobility. It led the assault into Germany. IS-3, the revolutionary post-war design featuring a pike nose and low profile that influenced tank design for decades. Arriving too late for combat, it shocked Western observers at Berlin victory parades. Early Cold War. T-44, an advanced medium tank featuring a transverse engine and improved armor layout. Arriving in late 1944, it saw limited combat, but its design became the foundation for the legendary T-54. Type 5 T-4, the most produced tank in history with over 95,000 built. Its combination of firepower, armor, and mobility set the standard for post-war design, simple, reliable, and effective. It armed dozens of nations. T-5V5, an improved T-5V4, eliminating the hull machine gun and adding an anti-radiation liner for nuclear battlefields. Simplified and reliable, it became even more ubiquitous than its predecessor worldwide. PT-76, a light amphibious tank designed for reconnaissance and river crossings. Its ability to swim made it unique, though its thin armor and 76mm gun limited combat effectiveness against proper tanks. T-10, the final Soviet heavy tank series, successors to the IS tanks. Mounting a powerful 122mm gun, they were designed for breakthrough operations. The category was abandoned as main battle tanks became universal. Object 279, a bizarre experimental heavy tank with 4 tracks and a flying saucer-shaped hull, designed to survive nuclear shockwaves. Only one prototype was built before the concept was abandoned as impractical. Object 770, an experimental medium tank testing advanced suspension and fire control systems. Many of its innovations were incorporated into later production tanks, though it never entered service itself. Late Cold War era. T-62, the first Soviet tank with a smoothbore gun. The 11-15mm cannon offered improved armor penetration. Its low profile and good armor made it effective, though the cramped interior and slow reload limited performance. T-64, a revolutionary design featuring composite armor, an autoloader, and a powerful engine in a compact package. Complex and expensive, it was reserved for elite units facing NATO and Europe. T-72, the simplified mass production version of the T-64 designed for widespread deployment. Cheaper and more reliable, it became the standard Soviet tank and the most exported tank design in history. T-80, a gas turbine-powered evolution of the T-64, offering superior acceleration and cold weather starting. The turbine consumed fuel voraciously, but provided excellent mobility for first-line units. T-64BV, an upgraded T-64 featuring reactive armor tiles that defeated anti-tank missiles. These explosive blocks revolutionized tank protection, allowing older designs to survive modern threats. T-72B, a massively improved T-72 with better armor, a more powerful gun, and reactive armor. This variant brought the simplified tank up to the standards of the more complex T-64 and T-80. T-80U, the ultimate Soviet gas turbine tank, featuring advanced fire controls, better armor, and improved ammunition. One of the most capable tanks in the world when it entered service in the 1980s. Object 18A7, an experimental tank testing advanced technologies including improved armor and fire control systems. Many of its features were incorporated into the T-90 that eventually entered production. Object 299, a radical experimental design with an unmanned turret and crew in the hull. The autoloader allowed a 3-man crew entirely protected in the chassis, too advanced for the era. Object 477, an ambitious project featuring a 152mm gun and advanced armor. The collapse of the Soviet Union killed the project before prototypes could be completed. Post-Soviet era. T-90, Russia's first post-Soviet tank, essentially an upgraded T-72 with T-80U features. Cheaper than the T-80, it became Russia's primary tank for export and domestic use during economically difficult times. T-90A, a major upgrade featuring a welded turret, better fire controls, and improved armor. This brought the T-90 up to modern standards while maintaining the low cost that made it attractive. T-90M, the latest evolution featuring a completely redesigned turret with advanced sensors, better armor, and improved crew comfort. This represents the peak of the T-72, T-90 lineage. Black Eagle, Object 640, an experimental T-80 derivative featuring a rear-mounted turret bustle with ammunition storage. Economic problems killed the program before it could progress beyond mock-ups. T-95, Object 195, an ambitious next-generation design with an unmanned turret and a 152mm gun. Prototypes were built and tested before budget constraints forced cancellation in favor of simpler designs. T-14 Armata, Russia's revolutionary modern tank, featuring a fully unmanned turret and crew capsule in the hull. Active protection systems, advanced armor, and digital systems make it one of the most advanced designs on paper. T-15 Armata, an infantry fighting vehicle on the same Armata chassis. Its heavy armor and 30mm autocannon make it one of the most protected troop carriers ever designed. Armata T-16, a projected recovery vehicle variant of the Armata platform. Like other Armata family vehicles, production has been limited due to cost and technical challenges with the revolutionary design. Experimental and concept vehicles, Tsar Tank. The most bizarre Russian armored vehicle ever conceived. This WWI-era monster featured 2 massive 9-meter wheels and a tiny trailing wheel. One prototype was built before common sense prevailed. Object 906, a light amphibious tank prototype that never entered full production. Its innovative design influenced later Soviet light tank development despite limited numbers being built. Object 1120, an experimental tank destroyer mounting a massive 152mm gun on a T-10 chassis. Nicknamed Chieftain, its enormous gun could destroy any target, but the vehicle was unbalanced and impractical. Object 268, a heavily armored tank destroyer based on the T-10 heavy tank. Its thick frontal armor and powerful 152mm gun made it formidable, but the heavy tank destroyer concept was becoming obsolete. Object 430, a medium tank prototype that competed with the T-64 for production. While not selected, its diesel engine technology influenced later designs, including the T-72. IT-1 missile tank, a revolutionary design replacing the main gun with an anti-tank missile launcher. The concept proved ahead of its time, and the vehicle was withdrawn after limited service. Object 288, a twin-engine experimental tank testing multiple power plants for redundancy. The concept was too complex and heavy, and simpler single-engine designs proved more practical. This represents the complete evolution of Soviet and Russian armor from revolutionary experiments to modern digital warfare machines. From the chaos of the Civil War to the high-tech Armata platform, Soviet tank design has consistently prioritized simplicity, reliability, and mass production over complexity.